So this goes back to medieval history. So the sword, as I mentioned before, will always be on the left. This allows you to draw your sword efficiently. For this, I will be going through my website to show you some illustrations that I made myself.
This is a direct continuation of the previous video, Yoi, Kiwotsuke and Ritsurei. Do check that out if you haven't.
Okay, next we go to Seiza.
Firstly, I would like to apologize for the sound quality of this video, so I've provided subtitles to make it understandable.
So this is Seiza. Let me open this image. So from the Kiwotsuke position, first of all, there are a few variations on how to sit down depending on styles. What I'm showing here is what we do in Ritsurei, at least. And I think most of Japanese martial arts as well. So this is the Kiwotsuke position. So the first thing you do, look at this feet, pull back the left foot to kneel down on the left knee, like this. Then pull back the right leg to kneel down on both, like this. And then you sit down. Both feet flatten, one big toe on top of the other. Now I'm not sure whether there's particular instructions on whether it's the right toe on top of the other or the left toe on top of the right. All I know is that one toe goes on top of the other. The fingers close, palms flat on the thighs, pointing forward and inwards. Getting back up, place the right foot out while kneeling on the left, just like this, from here, here. Then stand up, pulling the right foot back to the left foot. I'll be explaining this. So this is how we do it in Ritsurei. From here, 1, 2, flatten, 3, one big toe on top of the other, and 4. Getting up, what we do, right knee up, here, then pull back. Some styles or some martial arts may teach you to go up. Now I totally understand why some will do this, it totally makes sense. In karate, it makes sense as well, because in karate, in kata, for example, most katas are designed in such a way that if you perform it with consistent stances, you should end at the same spot where you start. So it just makes sense that when you perform the Seiza, and you get back up, you end at the same place where you start by going forward. A possible reason why in Ritsurei, maybe in some of the styles we go back, is again for safety. In the same way that while you bow, you must be able to look at your opponent if you need to. So in most stances, we don't give the body first. We give the foot first, then the body. You don't want to expose yourself. Imagine you have an opponent in front of you holding a knife. You don't want to stand up towards him while not ready to fight. So in a way, coming up this way is exposing yourself. If you're going to stand up in a posture where you're not ready for combat, it's best to go back. Before speaking about the Seiza specifically, there's one more variation. That is the variation I see in Shotokan. So Shotokan tends to do this.
Kneel down in Seiza. Hands on the inside of the knees. Left knee goes to the ground first, and then the right knee follows, and then we sit back on our feet.
I can't say much about this because I don't know much about this. But I can go into historical reasons why we go down with the left leg and come back up with the right leg. And for that, I need a bouquet. So this goes back to medieval history. So the sword, as I mentioned before, will always be on the left, regardless of whether you're left-handed or right-handed. You want to always be in a position where you are prepared to draw your sword efficiently. This allows you to draw your sword efficiently. This does not. The angle is not so good. You can't draw and strike at the same time. Here, you can. Same goes with standing up. Now here, I'm sure you've seen in a lot of movies or animes that they can draw while standing up. Same concept. Safety. Now I can speak about the Seiza posture itself. Once again, your posture radiates body language. Firstly, you must make sure your back is straight, regardless of seniority. Avoid this and avoid this. First with the knees. Leg open, dominant body language. Knees closed, feminine body language. So in Japan, women tend to do knees closed, and men tend to do knees open. Advisable distance of the knee is 2 fists apart. So in Shitoryu, yes, we do employ both. Female do this, men do this, women can do this as well. In Shotokan is more masculine art, so it seems like everyone does this. They tend to be wider than in Shitoryu. Another thing is the hand posture. The closer to the knee, the more submissive. Closer to the waist, more dominant. The instructors tend to do this. One thing is that students usually like to follow the instructor because they look up to the instructor. So when the instructor do this, they tend to do this. By right, just like the bow, you should appear more submissive. And if you have seniors in the class, the seniors would know. Seniors being brown belts. So generally, yes, some instructor would be like this. The seniors, students tend to be sure to show this for the juniors to follow. In some classes, some of my classes, there are no brown belts, so I would have to explain. There's one more sitting position that is different from mainstream karate. Once again, Kyokushin karate. I think they do this. I don't know much about Kyokushin, but I think this is their convention. I can't say much about this. Okay, now I can go to the Zarei itself, the seated bow itself. The Etiquette of Zarya, seated bow. So this is the starting position. Here it says knees closed for ladies, knees 2 fists apart for men. So the first thing you do is place the left hand on the floor and in front, followed by the right hand, then bow. Palms flat on the ground with fingers closed and thumbs apart, placed together forming a triangle position. Below where the head will be during the bow. I'll explain that later. Bow at the waist, back straight, not necessary to lift the buttocks. You could. I think Japanese tend to lift the buttocks, but I would say it's not necessary in my class. Pull back the right hand first as head is raised. So it's just the opposite motion as how you came down. And then the left hand, then sit up straight. So the Seiza position. You want to form a triangle with the hand. Don't leave the hand open. Okay, so this is the Seiza, the Zarei. You start with the left hand and the right hand. Make sure you form a triangle. At a position where if you were to bow, it's right below your head. Similarly, as you bow, you don't want to bow too low, such that you can't make eye contact with your head. Again, this is for safety. You don't want to be not ready. Although there are some traditions which does go all the way.
Then when returning from the bow, as you raise your body, you do the opposite as what you do when you lower your body. You pull back your right hand first, and then your left hand.
Some etiquette goes both hands immediately. Some does it apart. I can't say much about that. In Shitoryu we do this. I once went to a Kendo trial class and he explained the reason for this. Why is it that position and why is it this shape? That if while you are bowing somebody pushes your head down, you allow yourself to give space for your nose to breathe, at least before That's the only explanation I've heard so far. Now, again, there's one more bow which is quite different from the rest, and again, it's Kyokushin, and it's a macho one as well. I think they do this. Okay, so when do we perform the Zarei? You perform it during the Reishiki, so I'll do another video on it. Don't be confused Reishiki etiquette with Reishiki regular ceremony. They are the same pronunciation, but they're different words, different kanjis. So the Reishiki is the formal etiquette that you do when you start the class and when you end the class. In most of Shitoryu, we do the Reishiki in every class. When I was in Shotokan, we did not do it in every class, but I believe they do it on special occasions. So that depends on the Ryuha, of course. Another scenario where you're supposed to do the Zarei is if you come late to class. This is a tradition I find in Shitoryu. When I was doing Shotokan, we did not have this tradition. So when you come late for class, the first thing you do, first of all, bow to the dojo before entering the dojo, of course. Bow to the sensei, and then step out of the dojo, face the class. Not necessarily face the sensei, face the class, sit down, and say, Akurei mashite sumimassen. Sumimassen means, I'm sorry. Akurei mashite means something like, for my bad example. So it means, I apologize for my bad example. And we usually do it twice. So it's, Akurei mashite sumimassen, Akurei mashite sumimassen. One more thing I must say about the Seiza is to not be confused with the Dogeaza. Dogeaza looks like this. It looks a bit like a Seiza, but it's for different intention. You see them doing this. Dogeaza is only carried out for an extreme apology, usually out of shame or guilt. Basically, it's begging for forgiveness. So, although it is part of Japanese culture, it is not seen often in Japanese society. It's more often seen in anime, particularly the comical ones.
Triple Axel Dogeaza!
So thank you for watching this. I will be releasing a few more KarateDiscourse video regarding karate etiquette with interesting facts and historical facts as well.
The next one will be on the kiai, where I'll be sharing 2 real-life stories where a proper kiai made a night and day difference in 1. A student's grading outcome, and 2. A possible matter of life and death in an actual self-defense scenario. Please like and share and subscribe to my channel, follow my Facebook page and visit my website. For technical karate videos, check out my Kihon Mechanics series.